Jonathan, I think just going to go back to it bugs me all the time. In Second World War, we see, if you go to the list, you see 80 million, 60 million people died in Second World War. If you list them all up, it goes to more than billions of people. And humans are killing humans, isn't it? It's all made for killing. It's like a killing machine we are, you know. So how do we come out of this struggle?
Yeah, wow, that's good. I mean, that's really important, and I think I just want to build on what you were saying earlier about the kinds of violence that we see in the Middle East in different places, in Syria and in Lebanon, in Iraq, in Palestine and Israel. I think it's very easy to look at another situation, and this is what I learned, and to think we know how to fix it. But I think the key is to look at where do we see violence and where do we see injustice in our own country, and what can we do to make a difference. And I think that's I mean, I think obviously that governments are involved in this, but I think there's a lot that we can do as people. So when I went to visit an imam of a local mosque in a town, Kabati is the name of a town close to Zababde, where I was living in the West Bank. And I was trying to say hello to him. Oh yes. Well, my friend, I have a really good friend who was the best man at my wedding, who's from this village, Iyad Abu Rab. I'll show you watch, but the sheikh, I was asking him, what can I do if I really want to support Palestinians? I want to make a difference because I really think the situation is bad here, and I want to do something what can I do to help? This is something a lot of people ask. And what he said to me is really surprising. He said, I really appreciate that you're here helping us, that's good, but you can do a lot more if you go to the West and try to make a change in the situation in the West, because it's all related. We can't. We live in a world that's connected, and we can't. You can't fix. If there's a famous saying that Martin Luther King had, which is one of my favorite sayings, which is, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." And when he said it, he was talking about the Vietnam War, because he got involved in trying to convince the U.S. government not to be involved in the Vietnam War. And people said, why are you doing this? You're supposed to be working against injustice against black people in the U.S. Why do you care about the Vietnam War? It's thousands of miles away. And his answer was, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. If we don't work for justice where we live, it doesn't matter what happens somewhere else if we can't also make a difference in our own country. And I think that's the thing. It matters what happens in Vietnam. It matters what happens in Palestine. It matters what happens in London and in Atlanta. And we can all do something to work for that. Work for